Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian, and I'm streaming to you from Central Europe. I hope everybody is having a wonderful week so far. I hope you're being healthy, staying optimistic about life, even when it's a little bit difficult. Remember the wise proverb, a willow tree shows its strength in the winter months. All right, welcome Elite. Hi Janil, hi Maksud. Welcome members. Nice to see many of our students. Hi Benedict Lumabi, Poonam, Mahajan, Shezgin, MacRX, Carolina, Sammy. Nice to see all of you. Welcome to the class. Today, students, we are focusing on speaking, specifically the first part of speaking, which is, it's the easier questions of the speaking interview. But I think for many candidates, speaking part one is actually really challenging because they're so nervous, especially the first time they're sitting the IELTS exam. So we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about how to have and how to hold a Band 9 conversation with your examiner. Okay, just before that, a little bit of news and admin information, some announcements. This lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com. That's academicenglishhelp.com, where we have lots and lots of materials to help you get high bands for your IELTS exam. For the general version of the exam, visit us at gieltshelp.com. And in the spirit of Christmas coming up soon, I'll give you a discount code, R4TYJ. We'll give you a 20% discount on both of those websites to get access to all of our materials, videos, practice exams, and interactive courses. I'll quickly show you what our websites look like, and then I'll show you something really cool here in a second. So this is our academic website here at aehelp.com. And for general IELTS, the website looks like this. It's the green background, and you can click the big red button to get access to all of our materials, and you can use this code to get that 20% discount. Now, we do have free speaking practice opportunities for you on this website, and I'm going to really quickly show you that. I know some of you have seen this a few times, but then if you have seen this, it should be a reminder to keep using it, okay? Even if you haven't had too much luck before finding some partners, don't give up. You will find them. So log into your My Student account. This is your My Student account here. And then in your My Student account, you have your computer-based practice exams, your lesson videos, audio CDs, and on the right hand side you have this student partner speaking. Okay, you click on that student partner speaking, you accept the terms, and then up comes another window, and in that other window you will find some people all the time looking for speaking partners. Right now, see, we have quite a few people in here. We have Kairat in here. We have Fabiola in here. We have Magdalene, Chauvin, Guzaya, Surya, and they're all waiting for people to either video chat or audio chat, even just text, and practice the speaking with them. These are other students, okay? So these are other IELTS students. Find a student that matches your level. Make sure to use this function for IELTS, okay? For everything else, there's Skype, WhatsApp, and all those fun apps. And here you have some questions, okay, that you can click on these, and then there are some interview sheets, all right? And you can use those for free, okay? So everybody got that? Everybody clear on that? Definitely use this, okay? Can I get some thumbs up? Yep. Anybody using it? Members, are you using this service? It's free. You don't have to pay for it. Okay, you can create a demo account and use it that way too, and then it's completely free. So, all right. Arta says, I got it. Sammy says, got it. Okay, and you can do it through general IELTS as well. So I showed you the academic, but general IELTS is the same. All right, Nikhil says, yes. Carolina says, yeah, I use it. Perfect, okay, because people are there looking for IELTS speaking partners all the time, Okay. English baby, go to ahelp.com or gieltshelp.com. Click on either demo account or premium account, set it up, and then click on the student partner speaking. Okay? All right. Awesome, everyone. So just wanted to show you that. Let me light up our life a little bit here so I'm more than just a silhouette. Okay. I know I'm a bit dark, but I have to stay that way because I'm backlit. There I am. Hi. Okay, cool. So, Dharmik Patel, if you want tips on reading, go to the websites. Today's class is on speaking, so we're going to be focusing on that. You can get our apps, Academic IELTS Help, General IELTS Help, link the app to the website. If you have questions, send me an email, adrian@ahelp.com. If you want our books, paperback, hard copy, you can order them from Amazon. A helps Academic IELTS, G helps General IELTS. And here's our schedule. That's also on our YouTube channel for our live streaming classes this week. Today, speaking part 1. Tomorrow, members, we start a new Task 2 question. We've got lots of great Task 2 questions from recent exams that we're going to be covering. And then we're doing listening practice with everyone this week, okay? So tomorrow, the day after, we're going to be doing parts 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to top off the week with some speaking part 2 and part 3 as well. So lots of speaking practice as well. Jeet Patel, good luck on your exam. Don't be stressed. Remember, go for a walk, go for a swim, relax. Focus your mind. Okay. All right, everyone. So speaking it is. Here we go. So this is a speaking class. Make sure to speak. Okay. So typing is great. It's great practice. Speak while you type. Okay. So Jeel Patel, if you're typing, I'm having my exam on the 16th, you should be typing and speaking. I'm having my exam on the 16th of January. I'm so stressed. Anyone who can help me, please get in touch. I want to score over band 7. I will do my best, but I'm still scared. Okay, so type and talk at the same time. Okay. Puchka, send us an email. Okay. And there is a lesson plan, Puchka, on the website. So if you look at your PDF materials, there's a 30 and a 60-day lesson plan, Puchka. Thank you for buying our product. If you have questions, just send us an email. All right. So let's warm up, everyone. Let's get those English speaking muscles and brain cells functioning. Let's warm up with the introductory questions, okay? So for a band 9 conversation with your IELTS examiner, you have to speak in full sentences, you have to stay on topic, and you have to be confident from the start, okay? So you need to be confident. One of the most important steps to stay confident right away in your speaking interview is to be well prepared for the introductory questions. Okay, so keep this in mind. This is kind of a tip that I've talked about it, but I haven't really written it down. So tip, one of the most important steps to being confident from start to finish on your interview is to be well prepared for your introductory questions. Okay? So a lot of students are very nervous when they walk in, okay? And you shouldn't be too nervous because then it's difficult to speak. Even in your own language, it's tough to speak if your mouth is dry and you're feeling super duper nervous, okay? All right, so be really well prepared for these. So your examiner will meet and greet you. They will say, "Hi, welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test." It has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each, and I will record it for marking purposes. Firstly, what is your full name? Okay, so give me a nice full sentence. Yep, Elite, absolutely. Being prepared and confident is key. Yeah. Elite says, my given name is Vraj and my surname is Patel. Please just call me by my first name, Vraj, for short. All right, Vraj, it's not for short. Vraj is Vraj, okay? It's not for short, so just stop at Vraj. Please just call me by my first name, Vraj, okay? Tom is short for Thomas. Joe is short for John or Jonathan, okay? Carolina says, my given name is Carolina and my family name is Asanyo. Please just call me Carolina. Okay, Carolina, it's good. Again, always just practice that so you're smooth, you're confident, with a smile, Okay, smiling helps to be confident. Ois says, my pleasure. This is my passport. I used it to register for the exam. Please take a look. My given name is Ois. My surname is Mohammed. Please call me by my first name, Ois. Okay, Ois, I haven't asked you for your passport yet, but that's fine. All right. Okay. Harris says, my full name is Harris Jalaluddin. Please just call me by my first name, Harris. Okay, sure. Yeah, that works as well. So lots of different ways to express this, right? Jill Patel says, I want to learn more about essay parts. Check it out on our website, Jill. Okay. And please don't spam, Jill, just once, okay? All right. Fennel says, my first name is Fennel and my family name is Tamakuala. Please call me by my first name, Fennel. Okay. So my full name is Francis Edward Mackenzie. Please just call me by my nickname, Eddie. Okay, maybe I like my middle name a little bit more. Now I'm just coming up with this. So this is just an example, all right? Okay, here we go, everyone. So repetition work. Always do a bit of repetition work in this class. So just speak and repeat what I say, okay? Try to copy my intonation, my enunciation, my confidence as well, all right? Here we go. So what is your full name? My full name is Francis Edward Mackenzie. Please just call me by my nickname, Eddie. All right, Eddie, may I see your identification? Hand him the identification. Here we go. All right. So let's see what you come up with. Yes. You most certainly may. Here is my passport that I used to register for this exam. Now, if you say yes, you most certainly may, kind of do it in a very positive voice, okay? So don't sound cynical, all right? Here we go. So may I see your identification, please? Again, just repeat after me. Yes, you most certainly may. Here's my passport that I used to register for this exam, okay? Then they'll look at it. They'll look at you. They'll look at it. They'll look at you. We'll make sure you are you. And then they'll go, okay, Eddie, here's your passport back. Make sure to put that away. Thank you. Now I'll ask you a few more questions, okay? And then we'll get to those questions in a second here. Sammy says, certainly here's my passport, which I used to register for the exam. Please have a look. Show fluency. Yeah. Navaraj says, sure, here you are. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Just, Navaraj, make sure that if you keep your answer short here, make sure it's nice and long later on, showing fluency, okay? Benedict Lumabi is asking, do they grade the introductory questions? Yeah, absolutely. Technically, no, but they are grading you from the very first sound that comes out of your mouth. From saying hello to goodbye, you are being assessed by that examiner. Officially, unofficially, you're being assessed. Okay? All right. Shalini says, yeah, certainly. Here it is. This is what I used to register for the exam. Shalini, careful not to make mistakes. Lumabi, I'm glad you got that. Okay. All right. Very common question coming up for an icebreaker here. Here we go. Okay, so passport's back. Next question. Do you work or study? Okay, very common. I mean, basically, what do you do, right? Every person who has a good level of English or higher, good level means band 7, should be able to give a very clear answer for what you do, right? If you're a student, where are you student? What do you study? If you're working, what's your job? What do you do? Who do you work for? And if you're both, then explain both, okay? So Pranjal saying, yes, I'm a college student. It's okay, but I can't give you more than a 5.5 or a 6 because it's not enough fluency, okay? Band 6, remember, band 6 means a fluent user of the English language. Yes, I'm a student. It's not a fluent user of the English language, okay? Gia says, I used to work. Currently, I'm not working. Again, not fluent enough, Gia. Where did you work? Why are you not working? Give me a little bit of information. You're not here to just simply state an answer. You're here to prove your highest level of English, okay? Lepayan says, I'm simultaneously working and studying. I'm employed as a laboratory technician at an IB school in charge of experiment classes. In charge of lab classes. Okay, Jan? You're on the right track there, okay? Sanjana says, I'm a civil engineer. I also work at a construction company. Apart from this, I'm pursuing my master's in civil engineering next year. Very nice, okay? That's the kind of fluency we're looking for, okay? Nikhil says, currently, I'm in my final year at Poon University. Also, I'm preparing for this exam to pursue my higher studies in my dream country of Canada. All right, Nikhil, careful. You have some missing prepositions and a couple of grammatical, small, but still grammatical mistakes. So listen to my corrections in real time when this video is available later. Make sure you don't make mistakes at the beginning here, Nikhil. Okay, so I'm both a student and an employee. I'm in my third year of classes for a degree in biology with specialization in microbiology, and I'm also learning English to I already said I'm working, and I'm also working part-time at a pharmaceutical lab, helping to develop and test cold medication. Okay, all right. So I'm just making this up as I'm going along, but this is the level of detail that you need to include in your responses in order to get the highest marks for coherence, for fluency, for lexical resource, for grammatical range and accuracy. Those are the points that they're grading you on, okay? So if you Google IELTS speaking marking criteria, you will get a PDF from the British Council, which will show you the standard criteria that they're looking for. It's a little bit subjective. They can't give you the exact rubric and training, obviously. That's internal. But if you look at that, they'll say fluency, coherence, grammatical range, accuracy, lexical resource, and pronunciation. Pronunciation is not that important, okay? Even if you have a bit of an accent or a slightly thick accent, as long as I can understand what you're saying clearly, okay? So if I don't have to guess what you're saying, you can get a perfect band 9, all right? Doesn't mean you speak like a native speaker or sound like a native speaker. It just means that you express yourself clearly. All right, so here it is. Repeat after me. Notice the complexity, the use of conjunctions. Do you work or study? I'm both a student and an employee. I'm in my third year of classes for a degree in biology with specialization in microbiology. And I'm also working part-time at a pharmaceutical lab helping to develop and test cold medication. It's great. They won't say things like that. I will, but they won't. And then they'll say something like, what do you like about your work or school? Okay, so again, a fairly simple question. You can answer it in many ways. You can just say, I like my coworkers. Okay, this will get you a band 5.5. All right, if you want to improve that to a band 9, then you have to give at least 2 reasons with explanation and potentially a smooth example. Okay, so let's work on that. All right, so what do you like about your work or school? All right. So, Ishwar Singh, happy birthday. I hope you're having a great day, and good on you for studying IELTS on your birthday. Okay, Simranjeet says, as I mentioned earlier, I work in a bank as a relationship manager, and as a part of this profession, I love to meet new people daily and ask for their queries and give them satisfactory service. Okay, Simranjeet, I'm really happy to hear that. It's always nice to hear somebody enjoying customer service. Good for you, and nice answer. Okay, nice, fluent, complete, original answer. I can tell that you're really speaking from your heart. That's fantastic. Okay, speaking from the heart matters. It absolutely does. Carolina says, I really like my job because I believe I was born to create visual compositions like posters, web pages, and logos. I don't see myself doing a different job. And in terms of compensation, it pays quite well. I can afford my own apartment, car, and designer clothes. Very good, Carolina. Nice. Okay, so you like your pay and you like what you do. Good. Yeah, don't overcomplicate. I like the money I make and I like my coworkers, but then go into explanations and details. Okay? All right. Maksud, thanks for the support. Just don't spam, okay? I appreciate it though, Maksud. Lepay says the best aspect of working at an IB school are 2 long holidays, which date from December to January and June to July, whereby I usually go for long trips to a neighboring country. Last year, I visited Laos, Angkor Wat, and it was fantastic. Okay, Lepay, that's fantastic. It's nice. I like your quantitative information. I like how you say 2 long holidays, one dating from December to January, the other from June to July. So basically summer and winter break, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, that would be a little bit different in an equatorial country, but I get the idea. Okay. All right. So let's see. Who else has got an answer for us? Banu says, I love my working environment where my bosses and my colleagues are friendly and there's no boundaries to think and make productive decisions. Banu, good ideas. Your grammar is fairly accurate. I improved on your lexical resource a little bit to make the end of your response more natural, and so you can get a higher mark for that. Okay? All right. So, well, I really enjoy my studies and learning about all of the tiny building blocks that make up the amazing flora and fauna of our planet. And at my work, I really like the thought of creating new flu remedies which help to alleviate the annoying symptoms of the seasonal cold. All right. Okay, so connect your ideas, be original. The IELTS examiners love original conversation. So when we're talking about a Band 9 conversation, the IELTS examiners love to hear original Band 9 conversations or original ideas. Okay, here we go. Repeat after me. What do you like about your work or school? Okay, one more time. I'm going to start it from here, all right? So what do you like about your work or school? Well, I really enjoy my studies and learning about all of the tiny building blocks that make up the amazing flora and fauna of our planet. And at my work, I really like the thought of creating new flu remedies which help to alleviate the annoying symptoms of the seasonal cold. Stuffy nose, itchy eyes, headache, stomachache, nausea, right? All of those annoying symptoms of catching the seasonal cold or flu. All right, so at this point, your examiner's like, okay, the student is confident, they're calm, they're fluent. All right, they're fluent. Don't overspeak. Notice how my answers are roughly the same amount of text as what you can fit into one chat response. Has everybody kind of realized that in WhatsApp, in Messenger, on YouTube chat, you basically have the same amount of characters to communicate? Does everybody notice that? So in Messenger, now of course there's a system behind this. YouTube chat, WhatsApp, and the likes, Telegram, and so on. You have about 200 text message or SMS, right, to 220, I think that's kind of the range, characters, okay, in English. I guess it's the same in most other languages as well, characters, okay? So obviously there's a system behind this, but the foundation or the concept behind this, okay, so other than the technical system behind this data transfer, it is also roughly the amount of characters you need to clearly and completely express an answer with an explanation and perhaps a quick and simple example. Okay, so when students ask me like, how much should I speak, or how much should I give, how long should my answers be, roughly that much. Okay, you ever notice that when you're using Messenger or when you're using WhatsApp and somebody only writes like 4 words, you're kind of like, I wish they gave me a little bit more information. And then when somebody sends you like a super long message that takes like 2 or 3 separate kind of text chats, then you're kind of like, why did they write like such like an email in the message? They could have just written me like 3 lines and it would have been okay. So this 200 to 220 character spacing is kind of like the perfect amount where we're like, okay, I know what's going on, but they're not annoying me by saying a lot of I love you, hug you, smiley face, superstars, and get back to me, and BBFF or BFF, and you're kind of like, all right, we really need to look at this. All right, so think about that, right? Think about that. Okay, so as we go into these questions, think answer, explanation, example, roughly as much as you can fit into one response in your chat, about 200 characters. All right, so everybody kind of got me there, right? Okay. All right, so let's do this. Okay, so I see your responses there, students. I see most of you kind of get what I'm talking about, right? All right. Okay. Lydia says, so accurate. All right, Lydia. Okay, so here we go. So the examiner says, all right, let's talk about working or studying at home. That would be kind of a hot topic for today, of course, with the COVID pandemic and all of this lockdown. So could be very easily a topic that you might get some questions on during your exam. Okay. All right. So first question, how often do you work at home? So again, give me a nice full sentence answer, explanation, example maybe. Okay. All right. So Mocha Raja says, I never do that because of my job as an engineer, which requires me to be physically present at the construction site. For instance, we can't cast the concrete from the home. The technology is not there yet. You could do it if you had some robots, right? Remote control. But I get you, Mocha. Okay, so you're required to be on site. Okay, good. So Mocha, the vocabulary that you're looking for is my job requires on site work, like pouring concrete. Okay. Okay, yeah, I get it. So on-site job requirements, sure. Okay, let's see what else you have. Students looking for some different answers. Okay, so Un says, I spend about 5 to 6 hours studying by myself at home each day. Due to the elephant in the room, the pandemic, I haven't got much of an opportunity to learn outside and interact with my friends and peers on campus. Peers are your fellow students, right? Remember that word, peers, P-E-E-R-S. I know you know it. Make sure you use it, all right? Janil says, well, due to the elephant in the room, I love how everybody's learning those idioms that I keep dropping in some classes. Okay, Janil says, well, due to the elephant in the room, I've been working from home about 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for the last 15 months. I really enjoy it because I both save a lot of time and money on transportation. Very nice, Janil. That's a nice full sentence answer with good quantitative information. Beautifully done, okay? Carolina says, these days, due to the pandemic, I frequently work at home about 9 to 10 hours a day. More than I used to work at the office, which was just for 8 hours. I believe that when I'm working at home, I lose a sense of time. I think that was your last word there, Carolina. Good. Okay, so that can be kind of annoying. Yeah, it's easy to overwork. I think a lot of oh, there it is, Carolina. I see it. Yeah, I think a lot of companies are actually benefiting by people working at home because they're getting kind of a lot of free overtime like that, Carolina, where people are just losing their sense of time and working 9 or 10 hours instead of 8. Okay. Beckjan! Congratulations. I'm super, super happy to read that. Thank you for sharing. Beckjan, I would love to get your testimonial, so please send me an email with that information, okay? I really appreciate that. Beckjan is a longtime student and member of ours. He's taken several speaking interviews with us and submitted lots of task 1, task 2 editing work, and Beckjan's just sharing. Beckjan says, today I got my scholarship and I will study in Australia. Thank you, sir. That's kind of made my day for sure, Beckjan. So thank you for sharing that. I was really cheering for you. I know you put a lot of effort into your studies. Congratulations. And again, send me an email, please, Beckjan. Okay, thanks. All right. Stuti says, I'm doing my household work daily since the pandemic. I cook for myself, also wash my own utensils. Before the pandemic, I did some work, but didn't get much time to spend on my hobbies. Stuti, I'm a little bit confused on what you're saying. I think you should rephrase that, find some more clarity. We're not talking about chores. We're talking about actually doing your work from home, like office work, for example. Okay. Maksud says, these days I study not only diligently, but also frequently. I would say 5 to 7 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm preparing for my university exams in the tourism field. Very good, Maksud. That's a nice answer. Okay, that's great. All right. Lots of good answers, everyone. I'm going to keep, thanks, Bekjan. I look forward to that. Okay, so I'm going to keep reading different people at different times, okay? So, recently, as a result of the elephant in the room, a pandemic, I have been working and studying mostly from home. I would say about 90% of the time. This is about 7 to 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. However, I am looking forward to the end of the government restrictions, as I'm a social person by nature and I miss my peers and colleagues. Okay. All right, so I gave you a little bit of a different answer this time, and I also included that idiom that a couple of you used, which is a great idiom. I think we covered that last week, the elephant in the room. That idiom makes sense. It's visual, right? So the elephant in the room is the very obvious topic that everybody can see and knows about. It's very hard to miss seeing an elephant in the room. These days, the pandemic is the elephant in the room. So here we go. Repeat after me. How often do you work at home? Well, recently, as a result of the elephant in the room, the pandemic, I've been working and studying mostly from my home. I would say about 90% of the time. This is about 7 to 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. However, I'm looking forward to the end of the government restrictions, as I'm a social person by nature and I miss my peers and colleagues. Okay. Now, if you answer the examiner's question, they're not likely going to ask you, okay, so how often do you study at home? So I'm just going to skip to the next question. And they're going to go, do you like working or studying at home? Why or why not? Okay. And so next question. Do you like working or studying at home? Why or why not? Now, even if you talked about this a little bit, they might still ask you this question because they're looking for more details and they're testing to see if you can go into further details. Okay. Yeah, Janila, you can mention, so you can paraphrase the event, so the pandemic in this case. Yeah. Okay. But the elephant in the room might be not necessarily an event. It could be a person or it could be an object as well. Okay. All right. So let's see some answers for this. So one more time. Do you like working? So we're on this one here because we answered the previous two. So do you like working or studying at home? Shaman says, well, I'm mostly in favor of studying at home, not only because of privacy, but also I can concentrate easily. I've been burning the candle at both ends recently to prepare for this exam. Okay, so careful with idioms, okay? Shaman, I've been burning the candle at both ends. Is not used correctly in this case. So here's a very important tip, students. Okay, it's good to practice idioms in this class, but never try an idiom on your real exam that you're not sure of, okay? So it's good to practice idioms in classes, but never try an idiom that you are uncertain of in the exam. I'll give you a good example of this with the one that I just saw there. So if you're working and you're partying really hard, Okay, if this is what you're trying to say, fine, but I think it didn't quite make sense there. So if you are working and partying a lot, then you use the idiom, I'm burning the candle at both ends. Okay, this also means I work hard, I play hard. All right. I think the idiom you were looking for there is I've been doing a lot of studying. Oftentimes will include the late into the night. Okay. The idiom for this is I've been burning the midnight oil. Okay, so careful. I'm burning the candle at both ends, and I've been burning the midnight oil are two different idioms. This one means you're really studying or working late. Okay, so I've been doing a lot of studying or working. All right, and if you're really having a lot of fun, you're partying and you're studying a lot, then you're burning the candle at both ends. Okay, because you're working really hard, you're partying really hard, and you're going to burn yourself out. Okay, that's the other idiom that it feeds into. So here's an interesting kind of way to think about this. If you are burning the candle at both ends, eventually you will burn yourself out. Okay, now careful, please don't overuse idioms. A native speaker likely wouldn't say this unless they were joking, just because it sounds awkward. Okay, so you can't say an idiom every, 5 words. It's weird. Okay, I've heard people talk in idioms before, and it's kind of funny, but that's not natural. All right. Okay. Okay, so let's get back to this. So that's a little bit about idioms. And again, I don't suggest using idioms in the real exam too much, just if you're 100% sure that you're using it well. All right. Okay. Jill says, I enjoy doing my studies at home, but most of the time I don't like to bunk my school and don't like to continue my studies while sitting at home. Jill, that's conflicting information. It's really confusing. So you enjoy it, but you don't enjoy it? I don't quite get it. Make sure you have clarity, Jill. Confusing information gets marked low. Be really careful with your coherence, okay? All right. Pranjal says, right now, due to the pandemic, I'm studying from home, and it's terrific to study in a flexible environment where I can schedule my to-do list and have some solitude. Pranjal, good. Nice use of vocabulary. Okay, I like it. And it's good grammar right there as well. All right, K-pop says, since I'm not an outgoing person, I always cherish my time at home. Whether it's for studying or working, as it's way more comfortable compared to public places where I'm surrounded by strangers. Okay, K-pop, good. Whether, not rather. Okay, whether it's for studying or working. Maksud says, well, I'm really into studying at home as it's not only convenient but also effective. I do not have time to commute to school, and I avoid some distractions from my friends at home. Just yesterday, I finished 2 chapters in my engineering book and really understood all of the content because nobody was interrupting me. Sure, Maksud, that works. Okay. All right. Nicely done. So, do you like working or studying at home? Yes. I do enjoy working from my home office, as I have all of the creature comforts of my own space close by. I can get up and make myself a PB and J sandwich whenever I like, but as I mentioned, I do miss the company of my coworkers from time to time. So I wish I had a bit more of office life as well. All right. So here we go. Repeat after me. Do you like working or studying at home? Why or why not? Yes, I do enjoy working from my home office as I have all of the creature comforts of my own space close by. I can get up and make myself a PB&J sandwich whenever I like, but as I mentioned, I do miss the company of my coworkers from time to time, so I wish I had a bit more of office life as well. Okay, notice the question is, do you like? This is a closed question. Do you like means yes or no. So to answer this question accurately, I start with a yes or a no. Usually a yes is better. So I started with a yes here, all right? And then I explained it. Okay, my creature comforts. Creature comforts is an expression of the comfortable amenities or opportunities close by. Okay, and then I used an example here. I like to get up and make myself a PB&J sandwich whenever I like. Bonus question, what's a PB&J sandwich? Can anybody tell me that? And then a little bit of Western and American pop culture here. What is a PB&J sandwich? Let's see who's been keeping up with their typical American shows and movies. You might know this. What is a PB? I bet you some of you are really wondering that. What is a PB&J sandwich? Umarani says it's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Yarabisha concurs. A peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Wow, I am amazed how many people know that it's a peanut butter and jelly. Are you Googling that or did you know that? Okay, I'm sure some of you knew that, which is great. Yeah, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. How do you all know that? Does everybody love a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? No? Yeah? Vinod, you can use a proverb, but make sure it's accurate. Okay? Un says, I knew it. I knew what a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is. Very good, Un. Fantastic. All right. I'm glad. Yeah, it's interesting. You know who loves a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Homer Simpson. If anybody watches The Simpsons, you would have heard PB&J several times. It's one of Homer's favorite foods, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. All right, everyone. So let's keep going. Uma says, I watch a lot of TV shows and movies. That's fantastic. Oh, Tunzel says, I'm having one right now. Tunzel, good. I hope it's delicious. All right. Okay, so here we go. Next question, students. Again, give me a nice full sentence answer, and I really want to see you using the grammar of this question. Okay, the grammar of this question. So if you are not studying or working at home, where do you go? Okay. So give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Again, use the grammar. Okay. If you are not studying or working at home, where do you go? All right. So full sentence answer for this one. Simranjit says, whenever I get leisure time from my job, I love to travel to different destinations with my old school friends. As being with them, I feel so energetic and relaxed. Recently, we had 3 days trip to Vancouver. Very nice, Simranjit. Vancouver is my stomping ground. I go there quite often. My best friend lives there. I live very close to Vancouver in Victoria. Oa says, if I can study outside, I would go to library, which is close. Nowadays, which is closed nowadays for the public due to the COVID, but it's my favorite place. Okay, Ois, careful. Close and closed or close are different words, all right? Careful there. Okay, Lydia says, I'm neither working nor studying at home. I sometimes go to Rotana Hotel that is about 6 kilometers from my home, as it roughly takes me 11 minutes to reach it. Yesterday, I went to Rotana with my mother and beautiful sister to have a delicious lunch. It's such a comfy place to relax mentally and physically. Okay, Lydia, I'm going to show everyone a little bit of an interesting trick here. Sammy says, when I neither work nor study at home, I wish to go to the beach, which is near my home, along with my wife and breathe some fresh air. And I like to walk in the small tides touching my feet. All right, Sammy. Yeah, I love those small waves that roll over my toes as I sink into the sand. Yeah, very poetic. Nicely done, Sammy. All right, students. It's easy here to talk about what you like to do when you're not studying or working at home. But again, it's the flow of questions, and maybe I distracted you a little bit with the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But here we're talking about working and studying at home, and all of the questions are about work and study. So if you look at these, they're all how often you work at home, study at home. So yeah, in this case, the examiner is kind of asking you for like, where do you go to work or to study? So if you say I like to go and relax somewhere, it's still an okay answer. But the topic here is more about work and study. So you want to stay on the same topic, okay? So when you're getting these questions, always keep the topic of part one in mind. And the topic here is working and studying, all right? Everybody clear on that? So whenever I'm not doing my work or studies at home, I'm usually at my local library, as they offer a good internet connection, and there are quiet booths where I can do what I need to without distraction. I used to spend at least a few hours there each week before the pandemic. Okay, so stay on topic, okay? Stay focused on the topic. Here we go. Repeat after me. If you are not studying or working at home, where do you go? Whenever I'm not doing my work or studies at home, I'm usually at my local library, as they offer a good internet connection, and there are quiet booths where I can do what I need to without distraction. I used to spend at least a few hours there each week before the pandemic. Okay. So, a couple more questions here. What are the difficulties in working or studying at home? How has working from home changed in the past 30 years? If you could improve one part of working at home, what would it be? Those ones you can try on your own, or you can try it with partners on the website. Remember that student partner speaking button that's there? I know it's really just got really bright for you. My background got a lot brighter, but remember that student partner speaking option on the websites that I was telling you about? You can practice those questions there, okay? Tomorrow, we're going to start listening practice for part 1 and 2 at this time. And just before this class, members, we're going to do a brand new task 2 question, okay? Until then, use the websites to improve your English, your language, just like Bekjan and thousands of many other students who use our websites and videos and exams, courses, apps daily. Definitely worth spending a couple dollars for that. Invest a bit of money, a little bit of time. It's not expensive. One-time payment for lifetime access. So definitely check it out. aehelp.com for academic IELTS and gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. Here are the URLs. You can go there, visit us, and if you have questions, just ask. All right, we're here to help you. We really do want people to succeed, and when people succeed, we're really happy. Okay? All right. That's it for now. I will be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, sharing your energy, your thoughts. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you're getting ready for bed, then sweet dreams to you. You're very welcome, K-Pop. Bye, Caroline. A nice participation. Good answers today. Much love to all of you. I'm Adrian, signing out from Central Europe for now. Bye.